In 1901, the Great Fire ravages Montreal, resulting in 2.5 million in property loss, or whatever. Oh, the Great Fire. I love how vague that was. And you just got a sneak peek at a character I want to play on the channel very soon, or the Kelvin channel. So I did see this daily on Reddit. I didn't see much of it. I know a couple things. I mean, I guess I could have said this before we loaded in, just to really prove it. But I know we're going to Mega Satan. Or I knew we were going to Mega Satan this whole time, I should say. And I know Red Key is somewhere. I didn't keep looking at the post because I didn't want to... I don't want to know. I don't want to get spoiled on anything. And I don't even go on Reddit often. Why did I go on Reddit today? I think because... Oh yeah, I just want to be more up to date on what the Isaac community thinks about X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? I just want to be more in the know. In the zeitgeist, if you will. Which is another way of saying in the know. So I want to start checking that out more often, because also I check out, you know, the workshop page almost every day, sometimes multiple times a day, just to know what mods people like, get ideas, get inspiration. I think just doing your research in that sense is just really smart as a Isaac creator, or even if just as a fan, you gotta do your research somehow, so why not do it like that? I really wish we could get more options, but I just know we can't. And so what's my goal for this daily, you're asking me? Well, sir. I would love a good score, you know, I love a fast time, I would love all that stuff, but I don't know how many opportunities I've even had to go to Mega Satan on a daily run, and I just want to get to Mega Satan, period. I hated that. And this time we actually have item rooms, so I think we can do it. And when I say get to Mega Satan, I kill Mega Satan. I wanted to prove that I can kill Mega Satan, though, despite, you know, me having Dead God all on stream. I just want to prove it, you know, in a daily that I can do good in a Mega Satan daily. Look at me go, father, son, daughter. Just look at me go. Don't worry about the context. You know what? I take it. I take it for sure. Because, I don't know, Apollyon, to suck or not to suck, that's the question. That's the character in a nutshell. I choose not to suck at the moment just because I don't know what direction this run is headed for us. No bombs. I mean, I will. Yeah, I will. I was thinking about to hurt myself or to not hurt myself. That is the question. We'll go down just as far as we can, which is, you know, one more. That's alright. That's honestly not out of the realm of what we should expect. You knew that could happen. You knew the risks going in there. So how is your Tuesday going, everybody? Mine's going fine. It's always going fine at this point. You know, I don't even do that much before I record these. Sometimes it's kind of wake up and, like, chill in bed for an hour, then come here and start recording. Today it was a thing of wake up, eat food, procrastinate for a while. Even though laying in bed an hour is already procrastination, but it was a double procrastinate, I should say, today. So it's way later than I typically have been recording these as of late, but shit happens. Shit happens. So I don't even know why I tell you how my Tuesday's been going so far, because typically it's not much. Also, February, is it 22nd? I think it's 22nd, falls on a Tuesday for 2022. In other words, a lot of twos in the Tuesday. It's a glorious year. I did know about that, but I never realized how impactful that is for the channel. So I want to kind of make a big event of that specific Tuesday, because that comes once in a lifetime, once ever actually. And until you want to get to 2,222, it's not going to happen again. So this is special to me is all I'm trying to say right now. That's not bad, but I'd rather have shot speed and luck apparently. Obviously I wouldn't. Okay, hang on. What? Oh. I got confused. Oh, fuck my ass. That was so unfortunate. I thought I had pressed the button in the middle. I was like, the spikes aren't going down. What do I do? Ooh, another Eternal Heart. Okay. As much as I want HP now. Ooh. As much as I have a cash element, a lump sum, and I need cash now, whatever the JG Wentworth thing is, I'm gonna hold off. We'll buy Red Heart in here, to be completely honest with you. We're gonna buy a Soul Heart instead. We're gonna buy both, actually. I'm just gonna be that cautious. I think it's gonna be smart. I actually wish I could buy that battery now that I think about it. I know we're not going Devil Deal, and in general, I think I plan to go Angel Deal. But we're just not going to get another charge. But we can go up for that chest, actually. We can peep this. Oh, okay, whatever. We also might as well go in the arcade. We're not going to sack it any money. Yeah, what are we going to get out of the arcade? Maybe there's money sitting there. More than anything else, we're just going to lose out on some money, I feel like. Okay. So, small battery and wooden chest. I'm going to risk it for this one. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Me. I mean, the soul of me. I combine Wheel of Fortune and Soul of Apollyon. So do you want to hear... do you want to hear today's movie review? Not like we're planning on doing this every single day. I've just been watching movies lately, and actually the reason for that is simply the fact I just have not been watching, oh come on, anything else. Damn it. Or I just haven't, because usually when I go to bed I like to watch something. I don't necessarily fall asleep watching stuff most of the time. I find that very difficult for me, but honestly, let's just see what happens in that golden chest. We're min-maxing this. Like I said, I just kind of want to fucking win Mega Satan run on a daily. So usually I watch a couple episodes of something, you know, watch YouTube before I go to bed. But I got caught up on One Piece. I don't have anything else I really need to be watching right now, so it's been kind of just watching movies. We're gonna save that in case. Actually, what's gonna be more untakeable in the item room? I have no idea. We're gonna suck that up. And this is kind of solid, honestly. Let's tempt it. Ooh, so good, so good. And let's hope this range up is worth avoiding so far. So far, I've actually made like all the right decisions in my opinion. Except for maybe I should have taken Bloody Guts for sure. But now we have a damage up. I'm feeling very solid right now. Pretty confident, especially with that Eternal sitting there. HP is going to be fine and all that good stuff. So last night, I didn't even know if I was going to watch anything last night. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was actually very bored even when I started watching something. You'll find out why. But then I see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is on Netflix. And I have seen that on Netflix before. I always thought it was the new version of the live action TMNT. For some reason, I just didn't look at it. And then I read the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was like, oh my god, I need to watch that right now. Because I used to love that shit as a kid. And here's the thing. So, you know what nostalgia is, and if you don't deserve to get it explained to you right now. Look it up. So, oh god, what was I trying to say? My brain just quit out. Oh yeah, so there is nostalgia, and then there's like a level under nostalgia where you just know that it's nostalgic, but you don't have any memories associated with it, or not many memories associated with it. Like, you can be nostalgic for a SpongeBob episode and remember all the things that happened, and you're like, or some of the stuff, you know, there's probably still some surprises because it's been a while. But you will remember it for a good amount, and this is a very good daily right now. You remember a good amount of the SpongeBob episode. But then there could be another SpongeBob episode, or like maybe a Jimmy Neutron, let's say. You just remembered that you watched Jimmy Neutron, and you just see him, and you're like, oh my god, nostalgia waves hit your brain. But you really can't recall anything aside from maybe a scene or two. That's the category that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles falls into, and I didn't realize that until I watched it. Because when you watch a movie from your childhood that's nostalgic, if you have zero memories of it and it's kind of not a good movie, you're gonna have a bad time. If it's like it falls in that nostalgia category, but it's still a good movie, you know, hats off to you. You watched a good movie, I guess. So hats off to you. You earned that good movie, I guess. But like, it still works out in the end, because at least you watched a good movie, and then you got a little bit of nostalgia back to you. But and in the alternative, if you are really nostalgic for something and remember okay amounts, and it turns out to be a bad movie, you know, your nostalgia probably made it watchable. And but when the case is like it falls in the second nostalgia category, I'm not vibing Devil Deals in my brain right now. And honestly, we could probably leave, but I don't know. This is a normal run. We're not worrying about score right now, to be honest. We just want to see what we can see. So I fell in the category of like kind of nostalgia, but I don't remember anything, and it was a terrible movie. I could not get very far into it. And I'm learning that level of nostalgia should never be revisited. So if I ever am like kind of nostalgic, I'm nostalgic for it, but I don't really remember it. I think I'm just going to leave it be, because it will only, at this point, it is only going to taint said memory. I really wish I got a mushroom or the secret room that I know is above us. Let me flex real quick to prove it. Because like, what are you going to get out of it? I don't know, man. Nothing better than what you had before. So it's just no point in watching it. And here's the thing also, your memories aren't necessarily, you know, what reality is. I remembered, okay, here's what I remembered about the TMNT live action movies. I remembered that there was a scene where they were fighting over some ooze or whatever. I think they literally called it ooze. There was like a bunch of ninjas around them. They were fighting ooze, And I remember like Shredder dying at like a pier or something like that, or I don't know about dying, but he got defeated by something that I remember it being a pier. And I remember the third one is the one that had all that, and it was my favorite one. I was like, the third one's the best one. They go to Japan. That's where the ooze is. That's where the ninjas are. It's just so good. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just, watch them in order, because we'll make our way to the third. And then so I watched the first one for like maybe 10 minutes, and I was like, I can't do this. It was that bad. I thought it was an awful movie. And the nostalgia really, from the initial just looking at them, the nostalgia levels didn't hold up. I knew I'd be safe there, by the way. So I was like, all right, you know what? We are now done with this movie. Let's just skip to the third one, because I know that's the good one. I get all the way to the third one. I have zero memory of anything that's happening. We're going to select that up at this point. Nice. I have zero idea for anything, really. So I'm like, this isn't right. This is supposed to have the ooze and the ninjas, and it had like samurai, and I didn't see any ooze. Didn't see any ooze, any goo, whatever they called it. So I was just like, huh, this is weird. And then I just look at that, because all three of them are on Netflix, which is kind of cool. I love it when they have the whole trilogy and don't have like just part 2 and 3, like Madagascar. I would love to watch Madagascar right fucking now, but it's just not on Netflix. And I mean, I could look it up. You know how it is. So I looked at the second one, like little previews on Netflix. And I saw the ooze. I was like, oh, this one has the ooze. But at this point, the other two, for like the 10 minutes each I watched, were so bad. I was like, I only remember like 2 scenes from this movie. Like, this isn't worth watching, period. Robo Baby's not worth fighting for, by the way. So I literally just skipped to the ooze scene with ninjas, watched that, clicked off, because... No, sorry, I had a hiccup. Like I said, I just realized how little health we have, and we shouldn't be doing this much. Like, that level of nostalgia is just better left off being a memory. Like, Happy Feet's a good example of that for me. I remember watching Happy Feet. All I can remember is, tap dancing penguins. It's nostalgia, but nostalgia is not going to go past the tap dancing penguins. And if I don't think it's a good movie, which I don't know, I'm just going to assume no, because I don't typically like more kid-ish movies or family-friendly. I do sometimes. But if there's no nostalgia attached to it, it's hard for me to get into, is all there is to it. So I'm not going to watch Happy Feet, because it's nostalgic, but very little memories are attached to it. So it's not worth it. But I would fucking watch Madagascar in a fucking heartbeat if the fucking first one was on it. Like, I watched Kung Fu Panda, heavy nostalgia, decent amount of memory to it. Worth it, loved it. Actually, I think I would have liked Kung Fu Panda if I watched it for the first time, to be completely honest. I watched that like a few months ago, probably. So, that's my take on nostalgia in movies, I suppose. And then after that, I was like, I can't help but notice that didn't satisfy my itch in any single way. My itch to... I guess just watch something. It didn't satisfy a single goddamn thing is all I'm trying to say. I really want speed, by the way. I just want to point that out. I'm very slow. So, I was like, what else do I watch? And you know when you just browse Netflix for way too long and you just don't pick anything, and then you at some point you're not going to decide. I got to that kind of point, and I was like, ugh. And honestly, Netflix does not have a lot of bangers, in my opinion, or bangers that I haven't seen anymore. Like, I don't pay for my own Netflix, my mom does, and I just would not pay for Netflix myself. I wouldn't. I kind of wish I did Devil Deal, to be completely honest with you right now, but I don't mind going for Angel, I suppose. Just hopefully it works out at this point. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, either way, this runs decently strong, so I'm not really afraid of anything. But we will see where this leads us. So then, I got thinking, like, what was there to watch in general, like on another website or something? Because I've just watched too much YouTube. I'm kind of YouTubed out right now, at least for the creators I typically watch. So I was just like, ugh, what do I do? And then by the way, I have Paramount Plus, formerly known as CBS All Access, just because my favorite show Survivor's on there, and the show I hate, Watch Big Brother's on there. So that's the only TV service that I pay for. I have no desire to pay for anything else, and I barely have a desire to pay for that. I just like the convenience of it, and I guess I don't mind supporting my favorite show. So I used to pay for Crunchyroll a little bit, but I just don't watch enough anime right now. And I know Survivor and Big Brother is seasonal, but like now my mom's on it, my sister's on it, so I was like, I can't just you know, kick them off or just get rid of it right now. And I'm the one paying for it. But you know what? I'm doing my duty. My sister has the HBO Max. My mom has Netflix. We all play our part. It's just how it works. My God, I hated that so much. By the way, I love that speed that I just got as soon as I complain about it. I have gotten it. Edmund hears and gives. Like, you know what quote I was trying to go for. It just didn't work out. So I ended up watching was Workaholics on Paramount Plus because I just very, very vaguely remembered seeing Workaholics on CBS All Access. And that's a show I used to watch a lot in yeah, high school, middle school. I didn't watch a whole lot of just basic TV in high school in general, but that was still one of my favorites. It's definitely early high school, at least. Later high school, I mean, I stopped watching a lot of basic TV. And I remember at the time, it seemed, maybe it was just in my school or something, or what I saw, but it seemed kind of popular to shits on Workaholics, and I never understood, because it was... Oh, come on, not what I wanted. It was just literally always one of my favorites. One of my favorite, like, Comedy Central shows, or just shows on TV. I loved it. I thought it was so funny. And I have a pretty decent memory of Workaholics, because I watched it a lot, and honestly, high school was a while ago, but it's not so long ago. It's like, oh, I have no memory of this anymore. You know what I mean? So, oh, actually, we don't even want to suck that up. Well, I was just about to suck that up fucking IV bag. That would have been so annoying, to be honest. Maybe it could have been helpful. I don't know. But... So I was kind of nervous because, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just watched that, kind of made me a little upset with how not good it was. So I was like very hesitant to watch Workaholics right after that, but I did, and guess what? I still actually fucking love that show. So like I said, I was going into it with a decent amount of skepticism. And then the literal first joke of that show, because I started season 1, episode 1. The first joke of the show was, I don't know how many people know this show, and I'm not really gonna go into detail on it because there's really not too much to say. I feel like, at least. Yeah, fuck this room. It's actually not even gonna clear it because it's these guys. That's so bad. That was a bad idea. I mean, they're weaker now, so there's only 3 of them. What? So the first joke of the show, I did not mean to stall that, was one main character walking up to the 2 other main characters. There's 3 of them. And then he just goes, and then 2 of the 2 people that were already together, they go, okay, hey, which one of us can make a smaller face? And then they just start making small faces. And it's not like that's a fucking banger joke in itself. Like, no one probably laughed at what I just fucking said. But just how random and how stupid that was to be the first joke of the entire show as well made me go, oh no, this show still holds up right off the bat. I think that show is fucking hilarious. That's probably the new show I watch when I go to bed. So you might not get many more movie stories, or reviews, I guess. I don't know if you guys want that. I can give Workaholic reviews if you really want to, but I don't plan to. I'll give you basically a brief review of kind of my entire thoughts on the show at the very moment. I can do that much for you. And is that a tears up? I can't recall, but now it's a damage and range up regardless. So, yeah, okay, so if you don't know the show, I'll give you a quick synopsis. It's about 3 dudes who are just ungodly immature that just have a telemarketing job where they're on phone lines and stuff, and they just dick around. There's a lot of, you know, like, drug references. They're basically deadbeats. And that's pretty much the premise of the show. These fucking guys are idiots. But that's the premise of a lot of shows. But I don't know, this one's so, I just love it. I think it's really funny. And I will say, I watched this before I ever smoked, drank anything. And I don't drink that often. I just don't smoke anymore at all. So I don't do any kind of drugs right now besides the occasional drinking and what's prescribed to me, I suppose. So I ain't in my stoner phase. I ain't in my drug whatever the fuck phase. I'm out of that shit. So... And I never watched that when I was smoking and drinking, like, regularly. I really wish I watched that. I wish I watched that stoner show when I was a stoner, is all I'm trying to say. Because that would have fit the mood perfectly. But I watched it before I touched any of that shit. Ooh, interesting. I'm not even concerned. Ooh, interesting first golden pill right there. I'll keep fucking with these. And it's not, I don't even care about the bad trip too much, but it's like, oh god. We really don't have too much going for us right now as far as HP goes, now that I really look at it. But I will say, after since I did have that stoner phase, thank God for Power Pill, by the way, I can say with confidence, oh, we have the Reverse Hierophants. That show, really gets the vibes right. Like, I mean, of course, the show's gonna be stupid. I have no idea where to go, by the way. I just have no clue at this point. You know, the show's always gonna be stupider than fucking real life. Like, so many situations just wouldn't happen in real life. So, but that is disregard that. Because when they're just kind of sitting in, like, a car or whatever. Oh, there's cops coming to get me. Like, whenever there's just something like that, they're just sitting and talking. It actually feels very real. Like, the vibes are right to just, like, a real bros hanging out. Like, really extra stupid bros. But I genuinely think they nailed that a lot. And that's something I didn't know when I, you know, watched it the first time. Oh my god, with these Eternal Hearts. I don't even want it, actually. I just don't even want it at this point. We're not going for Devil Deal, so really fuck it. I kind of wish we did, like I said, but whatever. And so, it's some good shit. But I do have one... This means nothing to the overall show. Or anything in general. There's one small pet peeve I have to one episode. It was like the second... I watched like maybe 4 or 5 episodes last night. Only like 23 minutes. But I watched... It's one of the first few episodes. They dropped shrooms in like The Office. And I'm always very... You know, I never did a lot of drugs. I really need that speed, by the way. And I don't know anything anymore, like I said. But I have done psychedelics before. So whenever I see even alcohol, weed, psychedelics represented in movies, not that I'm passionate about any of these, but I kind of just want to see them portrayed not in an actual stupid way. I want it to be kind of realistic. Of course, you know, all shows are going to exaggerate to get some point across. But I like, especially with like something like weed, which I support in general. As long as you don't fucking overdo it and you're responsible, I support it. I don't do it, like I said, but you know how it is. So I just kind of want to see these things not being misrepresented. So drunk acting in shows can often be bad, but I feel like drunk is usually pretty accurate because they know they can't, you know, fool the masses with being drunk. They can with poor acting sometimes. But like, most, I don't know about most, a shit ton of adults know what it's like to be drunk, even teenagers to a certain extent. And so you can't really fool people with drunk. And weed, I bet you, they're gonna get more accurate with weed in time. Because it's gonna be harder to fool people on weed. I don't need HP up. Oh, this is a very good run. Well, I still want more speed though. And so with psychedelics, you know, it's not as popular as weed or alcohol. And I don't know if it ever will be. I could actually see a case for it being, you know, just some more controlled version of psychedelics being more popular in the future. But I digress. I don't really care if that happens. I don't do it anymore. But bro, I mean, maybe with one character they made it look accurate. But like, I don't know. They did drop shrooms, and I was kind of cringing at some of what they tried to represent it. Like, at first it was kind of accurate, then they just always go the extra mile and making you think your brain's just gone when you're on these things, when it's just like not the case. So yeah, I'm nitpicking the show. I don't, like I said, it's not Eternal Heart in my ass. How many am I gonna get? Get out of here. Give me Godhead instead. And this doesn't change anything for me for the show, but just, I don't know. It's just such a small thing of realism that shows and movies often just miss completely. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a good movie, and I feel like they did a pretty good job at it. Maybe they were a little extra too, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we just move on. I think we missed Red Key, by the way. I know that's in here somewhere, but I just didn't find it, I guess. We have no bombs, so it's like, how many secret rooms could I have checked? I mean, we had bombs, but we probably didn't, you know, use them all for secret rooms. Whatever. I still feel very good about this run right now. Oh, that was my bad entirely. I'm saving the Reverse Hierophant for when I literally, have a bunch of red hearts. Like, I win that next red heart I see. Eternal Hearts out of here, bro. I can't even fight that fucker if I wanted to. And we just don't take that. We don't take that. I don't know. It is just so much like, it's like, because no one likes to be tricked. So when you can see just anyone's trickery, any movie studio, any person's trickery, you're kind of just like, oh, come on. It just becomes a little cringy and just almost not cool. But at the end of the day, I gotta sneeze. At the end of the day, I just gotta sneeze. At the end of the day, I don't really care. You know, it didn't ruin the episode at all for me. And I remember that episode very well. And I don't know why my parents let me watch so much bullshit as a kid. Because I was watching South Park. I was watching all that shit in, like, middle school. And I probably shouldn't have been. But honestly, I would let my kid probably do the same thing. Because it didn't make me want to do drugs. It never made me want to be a bad kid. I just thought the show was funny. So honestly, maybe I'll control my child a little bit more, especially on the internet, to be honest. I'm also, I don't want to have a kid, just on the record. But if I do have a kid, is what I'm talking about. This is how I'd feel. I would probably control them on the internet more so than I was controlling the internet. I don't think I did too much bad, but like the internet's just a weird fucking place, man. I didn't even mean to press that button actually. So I'll probably look out for them in the internet. But as far as if they want to watch South Park, Family Guy, you know, once they get to a certain age, I don't think I care. It's literally a case of, I did that and I turned out fine. Which is, in a blanket statement, it's like, you sure, buddy? Like, even if you turned out fine, it's like, you sure it's still a good idea? I'm not saying I'm letting my kid drink at 12. Like, I didn't do that. But if I drink at 12, I wouldn't be saying that. Like, I probably did some other stuff when I was, like, 12 that I probably think I still shouldn't have done right now. That I wouldn't let my kid do. Oh, I hate this. I should have taken Chariot. But who knew this double Gurdy junior room would be here? So, I don't know. Like, it's the same thing as, it's literally the same thing as playing violent video games. Like, you know, it's just not gonna, maybe they'll have a potty language for a little bit, but as long as they're not, like, getting in trouble in school and around the house or whatever, they can watch, I don't care, they can watch South Park. I watched, oh, dude, Paramount Plus also, I guess they have a grip, Eternal Hearts, how many are we gonna see? I guess they have, Paramount Plus has a grip on, like, Comedy Central, because they also have Tosh.0 on there. I watched an episode of that last night, but for the first time, since, you know, like, high school times, probably early high school times, I watched it a few months ago, and, I mean, I don't really take offense to, like, literally, like, any joke in general, unless it's really all about timing and context, in my opinion, and you know, I just don't get offended easily. So, like, I'll go to the moon. I didn't take offense to anything I saw on Tosh.0, but, like, that shit is way edgier than I knew. And then I remembered. Like, I was actually like, whoa, is he really saying this right now? Oh, why'd I bomb that way? I literally thought I had to go. I thought it was this way. My bad. But I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like, I was just like, whoa. And when I watched the show, hang on, and I had a pretty good memory of this, just like Workaholics, if not better, to be honest. Well, no, I probably know Workaholics more. I call more shit that's gonna happen in Workaholics and Tosh.0 because all the episodes start to blend together. But it's weird because if you don't know what Tosh.0 is, do you know Equals 3? Do you know Ray William Johnson? It's a clip show. It's a clip show like that. One of those. There's many of them. I don't know how many are on TV, but there's many of them in general. Essentially, a reaction TV show is what that is. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, yes. But they also do a lot of sketches in it. They don't just react. There's a lot more to it. And honestly, I mean, I don't know, I only watched some early episodes, but Tosh.0 really feels like early YouTube with just their, like, because some of their shit feels homemade. Some of their sketches, because it's just some people in an office is what that looks like to me. Which is, you know, you can equate that to just some of your friends on with a camera. And it's just in that style. It feels like early YouTube, which I love. I didn't watch a shit ton of Tosh.0, but for the little bit I did, I didn't love all the jokes. I didn't love a lot of what I saw, to be completely honest. However, I didn't care because the vibes of how it felt like early YouTube were there, and I kind of loved that. It almost felt like I was watching a compilation of just early YouTube shit for a while, and it was great. In that sense, it was great. And I fun fact, like, so the show is basically split into like 3 pieces. There's him reacting to clips, and then there's like a whole web redemption where they bring in web celebrities, which can be fun sometimes. And then, like, you know, like Tay Zonday with like Chocolate Rain, I watched that one last night. and like Leave Britney Alone Girl, you know, all the iconic old school videos that they try to like just make him sketch with them, essentially what that is. And then there's like the third part, which is usually typically like some kind of variety. Sometimes they have like recurring themes or jokes or segments that they do. So I mean, as a kid, I watched all of it. But when I kind of started to watch Tosh.0 TV less, I would record the episodes. I would skip past I actually would rather have power equals damage than like a health upgrade, whatever he's gonna give me. Or money equals damage. So, I don't know. I always skipped the initial reacting thing as a kid. When I started in like high school, when I started to watch stuff less, I always skipped that part. And I just went straight for like the web redemption, straight for the sketches, and then do the same thing with the next new episode. Just skip that stuff. And I watched the whole thing when I started watching it again, like the whole episode, and skipping nothing. And then the second one I watched it, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna skip the memes in the beginning this time, the reacting section this time, because I don't know, I've never been a fan of just kind of that reaction style. Never been a fan of Ray William Johnson. Not that I outwardly hated him, we just ain't taking damage, baby, so we sucked that up. I think that was Tears and Damage, actually. This is so good. So it was just never my style. Not that I had anything against it, I just kind of always felt eh. So when, you know, reaction channels started to become like cringe or lazy or whatever, I was like, I always hated that. I'm cool. I don't think I had an ego about it, but sometimes I have egos about weird things. Like, I was never a fan. I liked some of Tobuscus's videos, but I was never really a Tobuscus fan. And when, you know, the allegations came out and people realized how bad his videos were back, some of them were, I'm sure some might hold up, but how just, like, the vlogs, oh my god, some are just bad. When people started realizing that, I was like, I never liked him. For some reason, I initially had an ego about that. I don't know why. I just felt cool that I was like, I was on the right side the whole time, even though there really wasn't a right or wrong, because we were all kids and we don't know shit. And I have watched other you know what, we're doing it. I have watched other problematic YouTubers, so it's not like I have seen nothing of that effect. You know what I mean? So, it's weird. You know what? It's just weird how brains work. Oh my god, this is gonna be the void of the century. I don't even know if that Tears Up does anything for us, to be completely honest. I don't think Void gets rid of consumables, does it? Damage, shot speed, speed. I would do like Sack Dag, but I'll take Quince because we don't want D4. And I will take Sack Dag actually too. Mostly for blocking shots. I don't know, Booster Pack, what you got for me? I'll lose a little bit of damage there. Ace of Hearts, Justice. Get a little bit of damage and money back, I guess. So Worldo, Death. We'll just keep this, I guess. I don't even know what the moon do for us in this. I'm not gonna try to risk going to that Hush fight without my double card. And we have the Hierophant there. Okay, we're gonna take the world with us. That's the next floor, if I remember. That is feeling very good. I kind of want to sack that again, but I don't want to waste my Holy Mantle here. Yeah, we're doing all the marks that we can this time, aside from boss rush, because we just casually didn't make it. I could have if I wanted to. I didn't really think about it, but yeah, we're just proving ourselves right now. And now at this point, the question is, do I have enough conversation to carry through with this Hush fight as well? I don't know. I really feel like even my commentary has been on autopilot this episode. Like, I haven't had to think what to say next. And I didn't even prepare this from last night. Though sometimes I do think about when I'm like watching something or like, you know, going to the store like NL style, like I think about like, ooh, what can I talk about in a daily episode? And sometimes, especially if I'm like watching something, it'll take me out of what I'm watching and it's like, oh, come on. So that's kind of a curse with doing these style videos, I suppose. And, okay, you know what I can talk about, though? I don't do that all the time, by the way. I literally closed my eyes for like an extra second because they're kind of tired, I guess. Sack Dag, hopefully that worked, I couldn't tell. So, okay, I said in the last episode, I'll probably say this in the beginning of another episode just because it's minute 34 on OBS at least right now. And I don't know necessarily how many people are going to get to this point and hear the news. But I did talk about in the beginning of, I think, yesterday's video, that I don't think I'll be continuing the daily series just because it takes like an hour out of my mornings, essentially, every day. And it just kind of, the time just kind of adds up. So it's like, I don't want to do that. If I could stockpile these, I'd keep the daily series going forever. But, you know, you obviously can't stockpile these when they come out every day. So I was like, what do I do with this channel? And I do have some videos I'm going to post. Mainly by some, I mean like 2. Like, there's an old Twitch VOD that I forgot to post in another video. I was gonna post on my main channel, but then I realized, like, oh, this is gonna get no views. I do like it, though. I think it's a fun video. Oopsies. My bad. So, we're gonna post those to February 1st and 2nd, because I want to maybe do one video a day. I hold myself to no standard past the daily series with this channel. But what I want to do, I want to do a Tane and Jacob streak. I mean, you know, we're probably not getting too far in the streak, so, you know, I'm not saying I'm a Tane and Jacob god, but I think I'm pretty decent at Tane and Jacob, and I've actually wanted to do a T Jacob streak ever since the rework, probably even before the rework. I just knew I couldn't because how hard he was. But I think Tane and Jacob was one of my favorite characters, so I just really want to streak with him. That sounded weird. But y'all know what I mean. So, that will probably be daily. I'm not going to force myself. But it's going to be relatively daily is all I'm trying to say. That won't replace anything, will it? Oh, it will. Interesting. I know that. Actually, let's take this out here and just to get full HP. Let's drop this right here. Then we'll use Ace of Hearts. Bada bing. Ooh, that's going to be good from an Eagle's power. If I ever get hit, that is. Ha ha ha. So, I guess we do go down here. For some reason, my brain said to go to Delirium. You know, that doesn't make any sense. So I want to try to do as many Tane and Jacob streaks as I can, because I just love Tane and Jacob, and that's something I would consider doing off camera as well, and I actually have considered doing off camera as well. And this channel is for shit that like I just find fun, and hopefully you guys do too. And but if you don't, I kind of don't care. I'm like Keelvin, right? I care a lot, because you need to have fun on YouTube every now and then. So I want to do Tane and Jacob streaks. I don't care how good or bad they do. I'm just gonna do streaks. Come at me, bro. So, and then after that, I mean, like, who knows how long we keep that up for. We're going to do it until I get bored. Hopefully I get a good number. My goal is to hit double digits, and I genuinely think I can. I think I can is the thing. I wouldn't be doing T Jacob streaks if I didn't think I could do at least okay in it. So, we're going to do that for a bit, and then, like, if I fall off from doing that, I mean, who knows? Maybe this channel goes dormant. Maybe I have another idea. Maybe I'm doing Twitch again. There's Twitch VODs suddenly. Like, I don't know. And you don't know either because of that. Like, maybe I'll try. I mean, I might for fun just attempt Tane and Lost streaks. Just for literal fun, because I know we might not even get past. We might not even get to 2. I never even used the world card. And I was paying the price for that. You know what? Let's just go for a full room clear score, because I think that's more important than time. Assuming you don't waste an ungodly amount of time, and same with damage. As long as you don't take an ungodly amount of damage and waste an ungodly amount of time, I think you're safe doing this. With Holy Mantle and how strong I am, I feel very content doing this. So, yeah, it could be fun to do T-Lost streaks a little bit. Don't expect anything from that, because I don't have any confidence in streaking with T-Lost, to be completely honest. Or even basic lost. I wouldn't have too much confidence in. Keeper actually could be kind of fun. Maybe I'll just do fun streak videos for a while. Just random bullshits. Who cares? That could be a good time. And that might just happen. You never know until it happens, I suppose. So that's probably the future of Keelvin's Corner. What's the future of Keelvin? And you know, banger after banger, we out here. You know what? Oh, you were confusing for a second. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Unfortunate devil deal. There's kind of I'll pick it up. We're not getting guppy. So there's 2 kinds of videos that do well that make me really happy. There's videos that just do well as far as, you know, views are concerned. They do well in the traditional sense. And then there's videos that don't necessarily flop or necessarily do super well. Most of the time, these specific ones are like average level views. There's videos like that you just get like whatever. That's fine, we have Holy Mantle. Get whatever views. But the comment section is on fire. The likes are on fire. People love that shit. That's today's upload. And I kind of knew this video would get this reception, to be completely honest. I didn't think this video, and if you don't know the video, if you aren't even subscribed to Keelvin, which would be weird, or it's a different day or whatever, you just don't know the video. It's the Living in a Light official music video, but there's cats or whatever I called it. I can't remember. Official cat music video, I think is what I called it. That's the one I'm referring to right now. I think if people start clicking on that, it could go like decently viral. Well, I don't know, viral's relative, I think, to people's size, but it could get, you know, like 30, 40k or 50k or even more potentially. I can see it just doing very, very well if people see that. But I knew people wouldn't click on that one to that level right off the gate, at least. Like, maybe if a reputation's built up that people love it, it could happen, right? I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen or how that would happen necessarily. But all I'm saying is that that's a possibility for the future of that video. But I knew it wasn't gonna pop off immediately at the very least. I figured it would do okay in views. I was kind of scared it might flop a bit, but I figured it would do okay. And right now, yeah, it's doing average. Well, I mean, I guess right now it's been, you know, almost 40 minutes since I checked. So, do I really know how well it's doing? I guess not. But you know what I'm getting at, I suppose. The comments and the likes are on fire. More people are commenting on it. So it's at like a little less than 2,000 at the time of recording this. More people have commented this and liked it than a 6,000 view video I posted like a few days ago. And I could probably compare it to more if I really wanted to. I don't particularly care to, but like it's just one of those videos that when people watch it, they fucking love it. But it's just not necessarily clickbaity enough for like the algorithm. Which honestly, I consider that maybe not just as much, to a certain extent I do, but just as much as a win of actually, you know what? If I upload a clip that I think is whatever, it gets a lot of views. Like, let's say it gets 50k views, but there's one video that I really love gets 5k views, but it gets so much more love in the comments. I consider that a win. However, if a video I love gets a lot of views, like 50k whatever views, I consider it a loss compared to that. But that's a video I love, so obviously. But I'm just giving you a metric of how I value this kind of stuff. For some reason I thought he died there. Kind of irrelevant at this point, really. Speed's almost maxed. I love it. So, oh, you know what? Another thing I can talk about real quick. People who check YouTuber social blades. Even actually just one of my friends that does this, and I'll talk to him about this. So it's not like I'm even like throwing shade or anything. Dude, our tier rate's insane too. Like I'll say this motherfucker's face. I get the appeal in checking YouTuber social blades and stuff, but here's the thing with it, especially if you're gonna talk to me about it. Like I'll hold a conversation about it. I don't mind talking about it. But the thing is, every single time my friend has brought it up, my initial reaction is one of two things: is like, that's still off, or it's wait, what? That's not even close. It's either just not even close, or it's like, yeah, it's off enough to where it's just like whatever. We'll go full stats here, in my opinion. Because I mean, honestly, just why not at this point? And so, essentially, what I'm trying to say is Social Blade is never terribly accurate by literally any means. It's always at least a little off. At worst, like, how did it get that number? You know what I mean? Typically, it's accurate enough, but it's always off. And so, for that reason alone, it's kind of like, oh my god, yes, please. Whatever. Well, Mags, welcome aboard. Oh, I thought it was funny. Just because it's so relevant, I suppose. So, and in that sense, you could say, they'll say, well, you know, it's close enough, so why not check it? But you don't understand all the nuances that go to my channel. Like, you can look at my channel. I mean, not right now, because it's actually doing very well. But you can look at my channel in the months that were kind of off and be like, oh, he's falling off, this channel's dying. And while the numbers reflect that, you literally just don't know the nuance behind any of that. Because for some months, I knew certain videos wouldn't do well. It was a bad time for me to make videos or whatnot. I took a break from Isaac. Whatever their answer is. I'm uploading... do I have any syringes? I have one. We'll see. I'm probably not going to do anything. For spawn, that is. But, like there's whole months, like weeks, days, certain uploads, where I just know that video is not necessarily going to do super well. Like, maybe it will, but I doubt it. Does Quince count towards conjoined? It does. Whatever. It's actually not too bad. We still have great DPS, so I'm not going to complain at all. Actually, by the way, our 10 luck knockout punches every single tier. I'm just now realizing knockout punches every fucking tier. So it's like, yeah, you can look at the stats from an objective number stance, and sure, okay, but it's not really an indication of too much, to be completely honest. Oh my god, another all fiery fist, dude. 10 luck knockout punches. So good. So we don't even need perfection for this. Ooh, holy mantle goodbye. That's all right. So you feel free to do that. I'm really not gonna. I'm not gonna use that too much. I'm not gonna hate on anyone from. No lamb. I thought there would at least be lamb, just no chest. I'm not gonna hate on anyone for doing it. I get the appeal, like I said, but you're not getting as much context as you really think. Because it's no basis. Like, you can't call my channel, you know, let's reunite the two. You can't call my channel dead when it picks itself up later. And I know that my videos aren't gonna do well this month, because I'm not making the banger videos I would need to for it to do well. But when you just look at fucking stats on on the screen, you might just be like, oh my god, he's fucking up. It's like, no, I know what's happening. And at the end of the day, like I said, the stats are off, but even if they were on, still, no one's more aware of my channel than I am. You could probably say that for every content creator. No one's more aware of anything. So you can check stats all you want. There's still so much context you're missing. So it just kind of begs the question of, like, what's the point? When, I don't know. You could just, there's just more you could do, you know, to get context. I mean, you can't always ask me. My friends couldn't. I mean, I do talk with my friends. Like I said, I don't mind talking about it. But it's just, like, it's pointless in my opinion. You do you. I won't complain. Do you want to see a flex? Question, yes or no? Answer in comments right now. With no context, just answer right now. Do you want to see a flex? Almost not moving for the entire second phase is kind of a flex. But I don't know what's going to happen. I'll leave you in suspense. I shouldn't get a cutscene here because it's a daily, obviously. What happens if we do this? I was hoping to get more points. I was hoping to find anything again. Score 72. Banger of a score. Sorry if that burst out your eardrums. It's 3:38 p.m., so it's been a while since this daily has been up. My time, I could have gone a lot faster if I wanted to, but I think my score is so good because I did Hush, clear out the entire dark room. I don't think I cleared out all the wombs. I kind of wish I did clear out the womb, but I'm glad we made Hush this time, so maybe I shouldn't have, and I did okay there. Wish I made Boss Rush as well, though. I think that's why my score is a banger. And damage penalty, I think we did really good at not taking damage. Maybe a little rough moments here and there, I can't quite recall, but Holy Mantle saved us. Time penalty, yeah, we could have gone faster. That was 41 minutes right there. Item penalty is really not that bad. Mega Satan bonus, 6666. You love it. Yeah, Rush bonus right there. Swag bonus, we had a lot of money. Narcos are great. Exploration bonus is huge. Sage bonus is there. Von Trepaz, you're on the enemy of the day. I feel like that's probably the best score I'm going to be getting on any of these dailies. Or at least in the past. Maybe in the future we can do better. But that's going to be one of the best. And I could have done better too. We're improving. And I think I had a great dialogue this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a happy rest of your Tuesday. Peace out.